inspiration for Children of the Passage, working with Mr. Donald McKayle over 20 years ago, was basically how do we tell the story of our ancestors. So the passage refers to the middle passage, and we found some music by Dirty Dozen Brass Band, and one beautiful section called the Dirge, which is in the middle, became the anchor of where we went with the story. So it's like, okay, so the children of the middle passage, we'll have a funeral for one of them, and then we started, okay, so now let's go back and say, who was that woman at the beginning? Yeah, so the incredible thing about working with Mr. McKayle was I was prepared to kind of, I don't know, sit at his feet and be his son in the process. But we lived together for 3 weeks, and in the rehearsal process, he would choreograph something, and I would stand up to learn it because he would sit down and say, "Okay, now it's your turn." So it's really kind of tag team choreography, not really planning. We knew the order of the music, but who did what first, we did not know that. That all was very organic in the studio, and that was kind of a beautiful breath of fresh air to see that we both respected each other on a level of that was rare that I think for two collaborators, two choreographers. It's interesting to think about the impact it has now as opposed to 20 years ago, right? I know that in the studio, when I talk about the ancestors, the dancers are like, oh, they understand it clicks. I feel like these young dancers are more ready for the conversation. And so it's been great to talk to them about an opportunity to honor our close ancestors in Geraldine Blunden and Donald McKayle. And so when I talk about grief, show them grief, it's not far away. Or when I say we're working on this mourning section, I was telling one of the dancers, so when was the last time you had an ugly cry? Because the movement is from a mourning dance from the Ivory Coast. And so he was like, oh, I can't remember. And then one of the other dancers said, oh, remember we were at this restaurant? And he was like, oh. So even that the space for them to say, oh no, we understand grief and are not afraid of it, I think is kind of new in this time period, especially when stuff is going on in the world where our emotions are at the raw. Mm-hmm. It's interesting when new audiences come to dance, or like, what is contemporary dance, right? And it's dance that's from today, like contemporaries for now, right? But it's connected to something, right? So I think audiences can expect to be lifted up and taken on a journey that uses physicality, music, projections, and kind of artistry to like pull you into another world. I believe that choreography is something that can be written, and it's kind of an opportunity for people to have a conversation, spirit to spirit, or heart to heart. And so I think when audiences come in, they sit down and they're taken away to another place.